What is up? What is going on, everybody? I am back with another Arizona Coyotes post-game recap. Yotes drop another one in New York. Their second straight loss in the state of New York as they lose to the Islanders tonight, 1-0. Second straight one-goal loss. Lost to the Rangers 2-1 yesterday, and lose tonight to the Islanders 1-0. Before I get started, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button on the road to 2,500 subs. Helps my channel out tremendously. So if you're a hockey fan, football fan, baseball fan, I think you'll enjoy the content. And also hit the like button for me. It just helps the channel out tremendously, and it's a free way to support my channel. Yesterday, I thought the Yotes played okay despite the loss. I thought it was a game that they deserve to maybe get a point out of. Today would have been a miracle had they gotten a point out of this game. They're lucky it is 1-0 thanks to Carl Vamelka in goal. Was about the only reason they even had a chance in this game. The first period, I thought the Yotes looked sluggish. I get it on second day of the back-to-backs. I think teams in general always look a little sluggish when that happens. But and the first period, like I said, the first period they didn't play well. Second period might have been the worst period of hockey I've ever seen. Probably not, but it was pretty bad for the Yotes. Third period, they played a little better, got some better looks, a little bit more aggressive, but in the end, it was just not enough as the Islanders finish it off 1-0. Only goal of this game was Barzal with the power play goal in the second period with the assist to Dobson and Palmieri. Honestly, I didn't even think it was that great of a shot. Just kind of got through the wickets, through the 5-hole of Carl Vamelka. There wasn't much to it. It was right off. I think it was right off the face-off for the Islanders, and they just put it right in the net, and that ends up being the difference maker. I'll break down each period. I'm going to get into my notes here. First and foremost, and I'm going to pull it up here. My gosh, did the Yotes get their butts whooped on faceoffs. About as bad as I've seen a team on faceoffs in a while. I can't see what the total number. Let me see if I can have the faceoffs one here. Here we go. The Islanders won faceoff battle 33-17. I'm not going to lie. The Yotes must have won some late because I swear at one point it's like 29-10 or something like that they had on the broadcast. And if you watch the Coyotes broadcast, Tyson Nash was talking about it the whole time. You lose these faceoffs and you lose control of the puck. The Yotes were just getting killed, absolutely killing the faceoffs, couldn't control the puck. And guess what? That led to just a mere 14 shots on goal tonight for the Coyotes. 14. Listen, it's the Islanders are a tough team. They're already tough enough to beat with Sorokin in goal. 14 shots is not going to win you any hockey games. And look, credit goes to the Islanders. That's what they do. So I'm not taking it away from them at all. But you got to get the puck on the net in order to have a chance to win a game here. So just dreadful performance on the faceoffs, and then just completely outclassed. Like I said, very lucky this game was not worse than 1-0. First period, the shots were 10-3. So right off the bat, the Yotes kind of getting their butts whooped. I've got that Nelson missed a close one for the Islanders. Sorry, let me just get back here real quick and bring the box score back up here while I have it. I have that he missed a close one. And I've got Sean Dursey had a good look at a shot for the Yotes. Sorry, it's hard to go back and look at my notes because I forget things that happen, especially in hockey where the game's just constantly moving. The Yotes did have a 4-minute power play in the first period on a double minor. I thought they had one where Kerfoot missed a tip-in on the Michelli pass. There was a pretty good opportunity there. Really nice pass by Michelli. Kerfoot was right there. Kerfoot played his best game of the season. I thought he was actually one of the few guys that played pretty well, but just couldn't put in the net. And just terrible. The first half of the power play, like it was a 4-minute power play to the double minor. First half of the power play was a disaster for the Yotes. You might as well not have even had the power play. No puck control, barely any offensive zone time during it. And the Islanders were just clearing everything. Top power play line came out for the second half. of the power play, and they looked a little better. I believe that's where they got the close look with Kerfoot and Michelli. But it just wasn't enough. Couldn't get anything going there, unfortunately. So a rough power play there for the Coyotes. Like I said, 4 minutes too. I mean, a 4-minute power play. You got to find one. You got to find the back of the net. Talk about the special team struggling last night, and they struggled again today. Islanders had a power play as well in the first period. My internet went down during it. The Yotes did kill it off. I don't know how well they played during it. Like I said, my internet went out. I was watching on my computer, so I had to reboot everything, and that took about 3 minutes. And by the time it came back up, the power play was over. So not sure how it looked, but the Yotes did kill it off. I will take it. Beggars can't be choosers on that thing. On that, boy, the Islanders had a couple opportunities with open nets. Vejmelka kind of overplayed some pucks behind the net. And there was one, I don't remember who had the shot for the Islanders, but Josh Brown got a stick on it to sort of bat it away. It would have been a wide open look for the Islanders. There was about 2 or 3 of those. And Vejmelka played a really good game, but flirted with fire a couple times in this one. On to the second period. Holmstrom had a fan on, again, kind of an empty netter. Obviously not an empty net in the second period, but Vejmelka kind of came out, played the puck behind the net. And again, just this is where the Islanders kind of kicked the Coyotes' butts. But Holmstrom fanned on it, so no harm done there for the Coyotes. Islanders get a power play on the Barrett Hayton slash. And that's where, like I said, right through the wickets, talked about the goal already. Wasn't even like the Yotes did anything poor, but you know what? Excuse me. You know what? Let me take a step back. So what happened was, and this is where this power play goal came from. And I'm going to put a little of this on Vejmelka for this one. Vejmelka plays it behind the net. Holmstrom's fans, because of the hook, or the slash there, and I think it was from Hayton. I have Hayton down here. I don't know for certain who committed the penalty there. So that happens. Then you lose the face-off, and the Islanders put it in the net. You know what I mean? So you've got Vejmelka kind of misplaying the puck there. You've got, a necessary slash by Hayton there to prevent the goal. That's the one where Holmstrom fanned on. I got to do a better job with my notes for these games. And then, surprise, surprise, Islanders win the face-off, put it in. Again, not a very impressive shot by Barzal or anything like that. It just kind of got through the 5-hole. But, Islanders keep the pressure on. They take advantage of a bit of a poor play by Vejmelka, and they win a face-off. You win face-off, things can happen from there. You put yourself in opportunities to succeed, and that's what the Islanders did. And they go up 1-0. Yotes get a power play later in the second period. The second period was dreadful, absolutely dreadful for the Yotes. One of the worst power plays I've seen from this team. Yesterday I praised how much better they've looked under Andre Tierney versus the old administration and Rick Tocchet. But this kind of looked like a Tocchet game a little bit, the way they played. They get an offsides during the power play. All I have is a note that says awful, and it was brutal. I don't think they even had a good look during their power play. I don't even remember if they had any offensive zone time. They may have had a couple seconds where they moved the puck around a little bit. And I don't know, something, and maybe it's just guys getting used to playing with each other. Maybe it's the fact the Yotes just aren't a great hockey team. But, man, the power play unit, and they've got a couple power play goals this year so far, but you watch some other teams go through the power play, and it's just, I'm trying to equate to another sport. But you ever watch a game and you go, let's use football for an example. You ever watch a football game and go, teams are just picking up 10, 12 yards like it's nobody's business. Then you watch your own team, and it looks like it takes every ounce of energy they have to get 2 yards. That's how the Yotes power plays feel. It feels like it takes every ounce of just anything they have to even get a good pass off during some of the power play minutes or during some of their power plays. Other teams go down the ice, and it's just bing, bang, boom, put it in the net, and that's it. But just a brutal power play there for the Yotes in the second period. Islanders go on another power play later in the period. Nothing came of it, obviously. Logan Cooley did have a pretty good look late in the second period and missed just wide. I actually think it was one of the better looks they had tonight. And then the faceoffs were a huge deal. Third period, Yotes came out a little bit better in the third period, a little more aggressive, controlled the puck a little bit more, forced some turnovers from the Islanders. Third period, I thought the Yotes looked pretty good. I will take the way they played in the third period. They didn't score, and unfortunately, and the offense was dreadful, but they did play better in the third period. The first period wasn't good either. Second period was dreadful. Third was okay. They played good enough to win a hockey game in the third period. But they got down, and listen, the Islanders are a frustrating team to play. They're not super fast. They're not very aggressive offensively necessarily, but man, are they hard to get by defensively. And they deserve credit too. Listen, Arizona was awful offensively, but the Islanders were getting sticks in the passing zones all night. There was not a lot there for the Yotes, despite some of the struggles. And the Yotes did have one. I talked about the Hayton one that he missed wide. The Yotes did have a look in the third period. Bukestad missed one that he just couldn't get on net. If he gets it on net, it's a goal. It is 100% a goal. I don't remember what time it was in the third period. Probably about 10, 12 minutes into the third period, I would say. Good look. Had it. Just couldn't get the puck on the net. You got to hit the net. You got to get something going there. You got to force Sorokin to make that save. You have to. You absolutely have to do that there. And a big miss there. And again, another good look they had. Durzi sent a pass in front to Schmaltz. Actually, I think he sent it, might have been out wide, and Schmaltz fanned on it. Kind of in that little corner there that Schmaltz likes to shoot from. I don't know if the Bukestad one would have been a goal. I don't know if the Schmaltz one would have been. And again, I've got my notes here. I don't remember it exactly. I always write down these notes. I'm like, okay, I got to remember that play specifically. And then I forget it once I get into the post-game recap there. And again, the final 3-4 minutes, just really a mess for the Yotes, similar to last night against the Rangers. They can't get Vejmelka out until about a minute and a half left, a minute left. Really no offensive zone time. I think they had one that Hayton sent in front that they had a shot for. I don't remember. Last night, they actually had a pretty good look at the end there against the Rangers. But again, tonight, just, they get the goalie pulled and they just can't get the puck under control. The Islanders did a nice job clearing the puck, not icing it either, and giving the Yotes that opportunity for an offensive zone faceoff. And again, losing faceoffs. I'm assuming the Yotes did win a couple of them late, just looking at the numbers there. But losing faceoffs late in the game, just killer. Couldn't get Vejmelka out of the net and still couldn't control the puck. That's the other thing. The Yotes are up 1-0 late in games, and they can't get the puck out of their zone. The other team's just passing around for 3 minutes. They're peppering the goalie, and you're just praying that you get out of it without giving up a goal. The Yotes, final 3 minutes, they can't even set up a shot with a man advantage. You know what I mean? They're just getting boat raced by these teams in the final minute here. So that's all I've got for going over. Let's look at some of the numbers real quick. Let's see, in terms of who did good with the faceoffs. Bukestad was awful, only won 4 of his 18. Logan Cooley did a nice job in faceoffs. McBain was beat bad. O'Brien won the only faceoff he took. I thought Zucker played better today, and I thought Kierfoot played his best game of the season so far. So I thought those were two guys that looked pretty good. Dermott looked pretty good defensively. I thought Durzi played all right, and I thought Josh Brown made a couple nice plays defensively as well for the Yotes. Let's go back let's go back here to the box score a little bit just for a second here. Look at some of the team stats. Yeah, shots 32-14 in favor of the Islanders. 14 shots. You know what's crazy about that number? It didn't even feel like they got 14. It felt like less. Like if you would have told me they got 8 shots, I'd believe it. They had 7 shots through 2 periods. So that most of that came in the third period, which is, better than not getting more shots in the third period. But 7 shots through 2 periods. And like I said, outside of the Bukestad shot, and then, that was it. I think Keller had a couple that had some decent looks. Keller did have one where he went behind the net where I thought he got hooked a little bit. Could have been a penalty in the third period, but the refs kind of swallowed the whistles for the final 8 minutes or so, and I'm fine with that. Let them play. Let them play hockey unless it's so egregious. Power play opportunities. Each team had 3 power plays. Islanders get the 1 goal. That was the game winner. Yotes don't get anything on the power play. Hits were 23-14 in favor of the Islanders. And then the faceoffs, like I said, 33-17 in favor of the Islanders. Winning faceoffs, not putting any shots on goal. After 2 encouraging games, this one was definitely a little frustrating. Listen, overall, I am encouraged. I think the team's playing pretty. Hate to say today they played. They did not play well today. And they were lucky it's 1-0. But all in all, through 3 games, you got to win. You have a couple close losses. Would have been great these last 2 games to find a way to even get 1 point out of it to get you that 3rd point. But hopefully they can go into St. Louis, get a win Thursday, off day tomorrow, back-to-back today. Always tough. And if you can get that 2-2 road trip to start the season, that's totally acceptable. And then you get back home into Mullet Arena in front of 4,000 screen fans. I may be there on Saturday. I'm going to try. No guarantees. Against the Ducks on Saturday. That should be a lot of fun, for the home opener. But hopefully they can get back 2-2. Overall, I'm not discouraged by the way this team has played so far. You've seen the potential, seen Logan Cooley look really good. Dumbas and Bukestad, the free agents, and some others have looked solid so far as well. Offense just got to get going. Penalty kills to be better. Got to win the faceoffs. Looking pretty good in net. Vejmelka with 2 solid starts. Ingram looked good last night, so that's good to see. Got to put the puck in the net, and you got to put the puck on the net. You're not going to score a lot of goals with 14 shots. That number, and I know the Islanders, it's a little tougher, but I don't even know if Sorokin broke a sweat in net tonight. I honestly don't know if he did. And like I said, the Islanders deserve credit that they're putting a lot of sticks in the passing lanes all night. They did a good job. Listen, here's the thing too with the Yotes. I'll point this out. Last thing I'm going to say: not only 14 shots, there were no second chance opportunities. How do you score in hockey? It's usually not the first shot. It's the rebounds. Tyson Nash says it all the time on the broadcast. It's the dirty goals. It's getting dirty in there. And the Yotes have had no dirty goals. Really no dirty opportunities tonight, to be honest. I mean, 1 shot and then done for, 1 shot's about all they had through 2 periods of play. But, just not acceptable. And not giving yourself any chance on the rebound or anything like that all night. Islanders really didn't have many of those opportunities either. They had a couple chances with the net being empty a little bit there with Vejmelka kind of moving around. But, I thought the Yotes played okay defensively. Vejmelka was good, not good enough offensively. Hopefully they rebound Thursday night. I'll have the post-game recap. Have a great night, everybody. Remember to sub, hit that like button for me. Even if you're not a hockey fan, just helps the channel out tremendously. And I will see you guys all Thursday for my next post-game recap. If you haven't yet, go check out my Seahawks video from today. Dive into some of the analytics of football. Have a great night, everybody, and go Yotes.